dark place, teeming with fierce monsters. Nothing can stop them now that they've captured you. They've taken everything and reduced our people to slaves. The robots search for innocent prey. In the chaos, they exploded the heart of the world. The 1,000 lumps of energy which form it have been scattered. We're getting weak. Soon it will be too late. You must escape, Rayman. You are our only hope.
The Buccaneer, the pirate's prison ship. Commander, the Admiral Razorbeard. Slaves now on board, 19,000.
Wake up, Rayman. I have sent you help.
That's a lot of slaves. Also, a bit of a darker sequel after the happy-go-lucky theming of Rayman 1, isn't it?
Rayman?
Bluebox, my friend!
Are you okay, Rayman?
Not really. I feel weak and my powers have disappeared. You know, Bluebox, I think this might be the end.
No, not the end. Glowbox bring good gift from Lee.
Lee? The fairy?
Uh,
A silver lump! Incredible! I can feel its energy building up in me. Bluebox, we're saved! My fist is back to full strength! Yahoo! Yeah! Let's go see Lee. She'll give me all my powers back.
Man, this game is temperamental. Preemptively, I thought that the music was a bit too loud, and you couldn't really hear the voices over it. But it turns out that there's quite a few voices that are actually built into the music.
Okay then, break down the door with your fist.
Oh man, you can never win with the audio in a Let's Play, can you? But yes, we are Rayman. We can jump. We can punch. We can jump through laser fences. Okay, we can't do that. But yeah, Rayman, considered by many to be one of the best games of all time. I don't know whether I'd go that far, but I do think that it has something special. And so, the first thing we do is go on the terrible slide controls. Fantastic. Ooh. Well, that could have been quite bad if we went too far. Correction, this is really bad, we went too far. Well, that's quite awkward. Yeah, Rayman Revolution. It is a PlayStation 2 remake of Rayman 2: The Great Escape, which has been released on PC. Not in an LP, no. It's been released on... Dead. Sorry, you can't just fall from that height and just walk it off, sorry. We're dead. A lot brighter all of a sudden, isn't it?
Hi, Rayman. Glad to see that you escaped. I'm Mercy, and I'm here to be your guide. You see that stone right next to us there? It's a magic stone which can read your thoughts. If you need some help, pass close to a stone, and I'll quickly appear in your mind to help you. If my advice sounds confusing, come to a halt near the stone and keep the square button pressed down. I will appear and repeat the instructions.
Yeah, Murphy isn't exactly a special helper companion, but I don't think he's ever been as bad as certain companion characters that we've had in the other games. I.e., well, Zelda games. But that's only because this is Rayman 2 version. Rayman 3 was... yeah, we don't talk about Rayman 3. This is clearly private property, so it's clearly to be smashed.
Great! You've just set free a little familiar spirits. The familiar spirits are the friends of the fairies. When you free 10, a secret place will open up for you.
If I do have one little complaint, it's that his natural text speed is about half the speed that it should be, so I'm just going to be fast forwarding. Rotate with L1 and R1, lock the camera behind you with L2, and go into first person view with both of them. Not bad. Sadly not the right analog stick control that's become so incredibly popular over the years, but it's an old game, what do we expect? If memories... I don't know my old Nintendo consoles that well, but I think the PC version is a port of the NES version? Maybe? While in the air, press X to activate your helicopter hair. Which we don't want to do because we want to go here. Also, we got these mosquitoes getting a bit too close. Hang on to walls whenever you can. Yeah, that's basically it. You start the game with almost all the abilities that you just had to earn from Rayman 1, which is nice.
That is to say, we were separated and,
Awkward.
Now, don't worry, kiddies. I'll bring your dad back. But first, I've got to find Lee. She likes to hang out around here. Have you seen her? What? I've got to set her free.
Yeah, we need a few more powers, don't we? I mean, we do have a lot of the basic ones from Rayman 1, but we're missing our attack skills.
I bet you'd like to know how to climb. You see these two walls? Go between them and press the cross button to jump, and the cross button repeats its maneuver until you have reached the very top.
Also, those little baby glow boxes were just sprites in the original, so yeah, even if this is an old PS2 game, they did do work. It's not as if they just took the thing from the PlayStation 1 version, which was actually the inferior version, a lot of people think. And now, we have another cage to smash.
Huh? But...
No, I'm the king.
Come on, who's the king here, you guys?
Yeah, really, it's me. Me! 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 Me!
Stop! I've got to find Glowbox and Lee. Do you know where they are?
Oh. Heavy is the crown that weighs upon the king's head.
What I have to say is really dreadful. The pirates have thrown Lee and Globox into prison.
Glowbox again? We just got him out.
But don't worry, all is not lost. Because using the energy from the 5 bombs you picked up, we can send you to the front, where the pirates are.
That is a point. This is the one level that you have to 100%. You can't skip any cages, you can't skip any lumps.
When you're there, look for the teensy circle. We'll be waiting for you there with all the latest news. By the way, before being captured, Lee left behind a silver line.
This is actually new. In most versions you just start...
From now on, you'll be able to shoot with your fist.
Yippee! Yeah!
Get ready for the great journey.
Yeah, that's new. You would normally just start with the ability to shoot from the silver lump Glowbox gives you. For some reason they decided to have you start off with the only ability to punch in this. And then proceed to give you the ability to shoot at the end of the level, so it seems a bit wasted effort really. And now, here comes one of the biggest changes that Rayman Revolution had. Well, I suppose the animated loading screens are new. Before they were just a screenshot of somewhere in the level, but the more important thing is that it has a hub world. Before, the teensies would send you back and forth to a place called the Hall of Doors, which functions like the Crash Bandicoot 1 level select. But here, overworld linking everything together.
Hey, Rayman, it's me, Murphy, your favorite instructor. I come to supervise your first swimming lesson. This baby will show you the basic movements. Dive in and try to follow it. Good. Now move forward using the analog stick. To dive, press the LQ button. To come up, press the cross button. To breathe, position yourself in the air bubbles.
I have ever so slight problems with the fact that they have air bubbles in this game.
Now let's see how good you shoot. You see that scarecrow in front of us? Keep the L2 button pressed to stay in front of your target. You can shoot him while moving around him.
Yeah, I'll get to that when I get to that. I swear this game controls a lot better in actual combat. It's just this scarecrow for some reason doesn't really follow those mechanics. I guess because it's not a real enemy.
Excellent, Rayman. You're a real hotshot.
If you insist, Murphy.
Find the twinkles in the stone circle on the other side of the bridge.
And select is our quest log. If I forget what you were doing, just go select. So we want to find the king of the... yeah, you can read arrow signs when you get close to them. So you've got absolutely no reason to ever get lost whatsoever. Unless you want to explore, which is fair, because I did practice, but I practiced on the Good Old Games Steam version of this game, so this overworld is actually quite nice. I take it back. Man, we're just getting so close to game overs all the time.
Thanks, Clark. Without you, the pirates would have captured me again.
Don't mention it, kid. Wasting pirates is good for my joints. Hey, you! Come back here. I got something to tell you.
Yeah, maybe don't wander off the beaten track if you don't want to get ambushed by pirates. So yes, the actual route is up this way. There's a magic well to the right, but we don't want to do that. We just want to go check out the magic circle. Because we have one of these tainty kings.
Well done, Rayman. You found our circle. You're really good.
I mean, it's not like there's signposts that I was ignoring.
But let's not get overexcited. There's some rather bad news. The pirates have managed to get hold of Glowbox and Lee. I don't know where they've taken Glowbox, but I do know that Lee is being held not far from here, in the fairies' glade on the other side of the bridge.
So we're just going back and forth across these bridges.
To the glade near the waterfall. Hurry!
Yeah, so now we have to go freely trapped in the fairy glade. And this is actually where semi-level select is. As we visit places around here, he'll open up portals here that we can jump into, and it makes backtracking to collect old missed objects a lot easier. We won't be able to do anything here, but I might as well show what happens when we visit the magic well.
You can use the energy from the yellow lungs to enhance your powers. Use the analog stick to scroll through the list of enhancements. Stop on the one you choose, check if you have enough lungs, and press the cross button.
So then, this is also something new. Before, lums had a different purpose, but here they act as a currency for our upgrades. We can buy Rebound for 90. Fun is something that we get only after we buy everything else. Run with Load, 50 lums. Accumulation, 70 lums. Double the rate of fire for 150 lums. But there's nothing we want here. And they're actually making use of the fact that the teensies forgot who their king is and so all think they're the king. They're all running the different vendor shops, so you've got one of the teensies up at the teensy circle, and you've got another one down at the magic well. I mean, just look at this rate of fire. We definitely need an upgrade for it. And while I don't think it happens immediately, I do know that pirates will...
Rayman, it's awful. I don't know what to do. The pirates made all my Minosaurus crazy. They're usually very peaceful animals. But now, they eat the butterflies. And chase away any intruders. Watch out, they might attack you.
Right, I forgot Minisaurus. You can't defeat them, you just have to hope they don't do too much damage. So the original use of the butterflies, that is not the way we want to go. The original use of the butterflies was not butterflies, the lums. There were two things. One was that you would be gated in the game if you didn't collect enough lums overall, so certain levels would just be locked off until you got the prerequisite lums. But they would also give you a little... they would also unlock pages in a little information journal, which I think is kind of unfortunate touch that they lost. But then I suppose you can't have everything in one version of the game, can you? Yeah, if you play the PC version, or really any other version besides this one, you don't realize how many touches they added to the game. And let's be fair, the soundtrack is fantastic when it gives you little sound effects like that for just something as simple as hitting a switch or jumping on a mushroom. This is where you would actually learn how to swim. And I might as well bring up what I don't like about the air bubbles. I dislike that you use air bubbles now instead of blue lums. That's right, lums of multiple colours. Red lums to restore your health, blue lums to restore your breath, yellow lums to be a currency. I just felt like blue lums were a lot more... they had a certain knack to the lore. There was even a bit of a story to it that every creature receives one blue lum when they're born, and they'll lose it when they die, and... morbid? Yes. But it was also a nice touch that added to the backstory of the world. And it's just really unfortunate. I wonder if using the L2 button for this climbing is faster than normal climbing. Green lums, meanwhile, are checkpoints. Swimming not advised! I can't ever imagine why that is. It's not like the whole... yeah, you can't always swim. Another little change, cages. Originally it was smashing a certain number of cages that would raise your health, maximum health basically. But there wasn't any particular currency to the cages. Now every cage just has a familiar spirit in it. Our first pirate battle isn't particularly impressive. Yeah, I guess that's one problem the game has, is that pirate battles aren't particularly interesting. Or at least they aren't at the start. Maybe there's better ones out there that I just aren't remembering. We basically went in a huge circle. Well, I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I nearly fell off again. Not that I should care at this point, because I have actually gotten everything I could possibly want from this part of the Fairy Glade. Alright guys, I'll get on it. And more water we really shouldn't be swimming in because piranhas. Oh, hello. Yeah, I did not see him there. Oh, one ever so slightly minor problem is that this game actually introduces a lot of backtracking. You wouldn't think it, but there's actually quite a few powers that Rayman's going to have to come back later for 100% completion. And while I don't know whether that mushroom is one of them, it entirely could be. I guess one other little thing to keep in mind is that whenever you see a string of red lums, you're generally going to want to have to collect them all in quick succession because, well, they have a little timer built into them. If you've played the Rayman Origins game or Rayman Legends, then you know the parts where you collect a king lum and then all of the little lums behind them will suddenly light up and you get double points? Whenever you see red lums in a long line, then chances are they're all connected, and if you collect all of them in quick succession before the timer runs out, you get a bonus to your health and an entire refill on your health. But if you don't collect them all in time, then the remaining lums will vanish. Health extensions are actually quite a very common theme in this game. By the end of the game I've gotten so many that I wonder really was this all necessary, because, well, we'll get to that when we get to that. Oh, he's dodging! I didn't know they dodged. Or at least not the small green ones. Well, they are getting a little smarter, I guess. "80 lums!" And there are 1,000 yellow lums in this game to collect, so... Oh boy, we've got a lot of work ahead of us, don't we? Oh, I think this is... I thought that was the first case of timed red lums, I guess not. Ah, now this is definitely something we have to backtrack for. It just comes off as kind of funny to me that Rayman 1 was a bright, happy-go-lucky adventure featuring places like Bandland, Artland, and the upbeat Beginner's Forest, which I forget the name of, but it was actually stupidly nasty with its difficulty. Whereas here, this one isn't so... This one is a lot less brutal than the original, but it also features some darker themes, such as that slave ship at the start. A lot of things to watch out for. Such as this guy. We can't fight back because he's hiding behind the railing. Meanwhile, he's chucking explosives at us. So, Puzzle 101. Get him to hit the thing. Use your shadow and your helicopter. And this is definitely timed red lums, I'm betting. Look at the web. You can grab on it. Too late. Already have. What are they doing? It actually just struck me. Why are they just throwing these things down into the... Why are they just throwing explosive kegs down into the sewers? Well, we can't get through that, can we? No, we can. Just listen to the music. If there's one stupidly memorable thing about this game, it's this music. Like, not just this track in particular. The whole soundtrack is fantastic. It's also really long. When I was a lot younger, I would put video game soundtracks on my phone because it's just the sort of thing you want to do. Music is I don't need to explain myself on that, but anyway, I put a whole bunch of soundtracks onto my phone, and you really can't understand how long some of these tracks are. Like, there's one that goes on for 18 minutes, and it's not looping or anything, it's just that this is early dynamic music, but rather than having several tracks that they'll weave in and out of each other, they simply have one huge soundtrack, and they'll loop certain parts of it based on where you are. Someone's been in this cell a little too long, methinks. Rayman 2. Rated G for everyone. Not more lasers! Okay, this is not Donkey Kong. You do not or Mario, you don't press the jump button right when you land. Then, I am fudging up quite a bit. You wouldn't think that I'd practiced this game. But then I practiced the PC version, which I don't know whether it's Good Old Games or the PC version in particular or what, but when I was practicing for this, there was this ever so slight problem with the... Ooh. Oh yeah, he's purple. He's got a lot more health. He's got a energy super cannon on his arm. You know it's serious. Yeah, I guess it was sort of serious. How many plums do I have? Not exactly complicated platforming, but it is basically the second level. Hello. Yeah, nothing here of note. Or is there? These bones everywhere. It's quite concerning. No, what we're actually having here is...
Free me, Rayman. Find the machine and destroy it.
We'll get to that next episode. Because this has been quite a long first episode, hasn't it? Unless I split it in half, which I have been known to do. Until next time, guys. Take care. I'll see you all around.